Hey Nerd Herd, not only is it Monday, but it's the best week of the year because my birthday's this week! And Christmas is tomorrow. So this week we are going to be reviewing the Christmas classic, A Christmas Story, which, as always, if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you watch it before you watch this week's videos in case there are any spoilers, but I feel like this movie is old enough that we can't really spoil it anymore. This was actually the first time that I sat down and watched the movie before. I obviously knew a lot of the famous lines like, "You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid," and I knew about the kid sticking his tongue to the flagpole, but I'd never sat down and watched it sequentially. I'd only seen bits and pieces of it before. I'm gonna say that I can understand why people like it so much, and I understand why it has a sort of cult following, but it just didn't do it for me. And the reason for that is you know when you go to the movies to see like a really funny movie and you realize that all the funny parts were in the commercial? Well, that's kind of how I felt about this movie because I knew about all the gags and all the funny parts before I saw the movie, so when I saw it, it wasn't funny anymore. It was everything I had already seen in order. So that was a little disappointing for me. But overall, I did like the movie. I do think it's a very funny, quirky movie, and I love quirky movies. It just wasn't 100% there for me because I already knew what was going to happen. But that's all I really have to say about it. I wasn't overwhelmed, I wasn't underwhelmed, I was just whelmed. So my question for all the viewers is, what movies have been super spoiled for you so that when you see them, they're not as exciting as you expect them to be? Or what movies have been hyped up so much that when you see them, they're not as awesome as you expect them to be? I have another example of this. The other example is Cabin in the Woods, the Joss Whedon film. I love Joss Whedon, and I love Fran Kranz who was in it, so I was like super excited to see it, and everybody was telling me how good it was. But then when I saw it, I was kind of like, this isn't as good as I expected. So what movie is like that for you? My nerdy pleasure of the week is that I got to see The Hobbit in theaters. I didn't see it in 3D because it wasn't playing at like a convenient time, but I did see it in 2D, and it was so good. At first I wasn't sure how they were going to split it up into 3 movies, but I see how they're doing it, and I really, really like what they're doing with it. And I just have to say that Martin Freeman is amazing, and I would marry him even if he was a hobbit. He is so good. Nick, stop IMing me. My other nerdy pleasure this week is more of a crazy random happenstance. My parents were talking about baby names and Christmas baby names with my 25th birthday coming up, and I found out that since I was born so close to Christmas, my family was considering giving me a Christmas baby name. The 2 names they considered were, if I was a girl, they were gonna possibly name me Holly, which is a Christmas thing, and if I was a boy, they were going to call me Nicholas for Saint Nicholas. And in addition to that, after they decided to drop the whole Christmas baby name thing, they had it decided that if I was a girl, they were going to name me Danielle, which obviously they did, or they were going to name me Kyle. How weird is that? Sorry, Ashley, you were not considered for my baby name, but the other 3 members of the Nerd Herd, we almost had the same name. That's just a little fun fact. I hope you guys have a great week. Happy holidays. Stay safe, stay warm, stay awesome, and I will see you guys next week. And Kyle, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.